Hello, and welcome to the month of Spooky 2023. Scary stories are a part of life. We've been telling them since the dawn of man over campfires, radio broadcasts, television, and these days, social media. They remind us of our own mortality, get our adrenaline going, and send chills through our bodies that, well, we just can't explain. During this month, you can expect the unexpected, hear the unbelievable, and witness stories that will stretch your imagination. Why? Because that is what we do here at Ron's Amazing Stories. So settle in for the spooky and be prepared to be taken away from today.
Another 5-minute mystery.
This 5-minute mystery is being brought to you by
Ron, I am so glad that we are going to continue the month of Spooky.
Me too.
Why are we doing it?
I'll talk about that in just a bit.
Okay then. Hey, I found another story for you to read.
Okay, let's do it. The Red Wristband by Zoe Marland. A doctor was working at a hospital where the patients were tagged with colored bands. Green for alive, red for deceased. One night the doctor went to get a few supplies from the basement of the hospital, and so he headed to the lift. The lift doors opened and there was a patient inside, minding her own business. Patients were allowed to roam around the hospital to stretch, especially those who've had a long stay. The rule was to be back into their rooms before 10. The doctor smiled at the patient before pressing the button for the basement. He found it a bit unusual that the woman hadn't pressed a button already. He wondered if she was heading to the basement too. The lift finally reached the floor and the doors opened. In the distance, a man was limping towards the elevator, and in a panic, the doctor slammed the elevator button to close the door. It finally did, and the lift began to ascend back up. The doctor's heart was pounding. "Why did you do that? He was trying to use the lift," the woman stated, very annoyed. "Did you see his wrist?" the doctor asked. "It was red. He died last night. I know because I did his surgery." The woman lifted her wrist. He saw red. She smiled and said, "Like this one?"
Okay, that was creepy.
But predictable.
Maybe? I like a good short story. They're the best.
Agreed. My favorite is this one. The last man on earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock at the door.
Oh, that was so good.
By Frederick Brown. Hello, and welcome to the podcast. So, we are extending the month of Spooky 2023 until Thanksgiving. Why are we doing this? Simple. There is a show that I want to present to you that I'm having trouble getting done. About 1.5 years ago, my mother began having bad dreams and some other issues. She felt like it was because of a doll in her bedroom. Well, this led to a story that just has to be told. I ended up shipping that doll to our radio producer in Florida, and guess what? The doll continued her reign of terror, which landed her in a haunted museum. Again, a story that just has to be told. This podcast is in progress, and it's my hope to have it done for the Thanksgiving show. Maybe not your normal Thanksgiving fare, but it is one heck of a story. So, what are we going to do today? We will continue with the Arch Oboler series of stories. Today, we have a great one that begins with murder and ends with a deep-sea dive. We also have more of your stories, and there is a theme this time, which is the time slip. So, settle in and grab your favorite beverage to enjoy the show. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/Ron's Amazing Stories. Audible has sponsored the show now since July of 2019. We have reviewed more than 140 audiobooks, and the list keeps growing. Did you know that Audible has over 200,000 books available? And a lot of those are included in the free catalog. Audible is amazing, and it is the perfect companion to Ron's Amazing Stories. If you like this podcast, you're going to love Audible. So what am I listening to? 101 True Scary Stories to be read in bed tonight by Lane Loomis. Okay, this sounds like the perfect book for the spooky season, and by golly it is. This book contains 101 bite-sized horror stories that are intended to scare and unsettle you. These are real people's accounts of the creepy and the occult, of their near misses with madmen and paranormal entities. Here's a story that was read by narrator Terry Shenebolt.
One night, I was about to go to bed when I realized I left my phone charger in my car. I had put it in my purse that morning because the one I had at work broke and only just remembered it as I left, placing it on my passenger seat. I needed to charge my phone, and I didn't have a reason to be afraid of the 10 yards from my front door to my car parked in the driveway, but I peeked out the window anyway. I was running on such instinct that my hand was already on the lock, about to flip it and open the door, when my brain registered that what I'd seen wasn't normal. I shifted my weight back and looked again, squinting to see in the dim light by the garage we leave on all the time. I saw a man crouched by the front door holding a hammer. He wouldn't be visible from the little window on the front door. You wouldn't even see him until he was right next to you. I screamed for my husband and watched him book it down the drive. I didn't see him get into a car, but he must have gone somewhere. We called the cops and they couldn't find any sign of him. We invested in some floodlights the next day.
Each chapter is a short, standalone campfire tale, a retelling of a frightening or gruesome incident that has stuck with the teller. Something that gives them pause to this day when they find themselves alone in the dark. Like this one read by Matt Godfrey.
I've heard of things like this happening, but I thought it was an urban legend. In college, I used to go home on the weekends to do laundry and eat free food and hang out with my family and high school friends. I was a night owl, so I'd stay as long as possible and then drive the 3 hours back to school in the middle of the night. This is in Nebraska, so even when it isn't the dead of night, it's easy to find yourself totally alone on the road. One Sunday night, I was driving back to school, and it was around 4 a.m. I wasn't too far out of my small town toward the city yet, and as usual, the roads were completely deserted. Up ahead, I saw what looked like an accident. There was a car pulled halfway off the road onto the shoulder. and I saw a body in the middle of the road. Needless to say, I was extremely creeped out. But I also had these feelings of wanting to stop and help if someone was hurt and needed medical attention. Eventually, my rational side won out, and I decided to drive around the accident and then call 911 after I made it around and was on my way. I'm a small guy, and something about the situation didn't seem right to me, or perhaps I was just too scared to stop and get out of my car in the dark to investigate. I drove on the shoulder on the opposite side of the road, clear from the other car and the body on the road. When I was about 10 yards past the accident, I looked in my rearview mirror, ready to pick up my phone and call the police, when I saw a handful of people coming up from the ditch where they'd been hiding behind the car on the shoulder. The body in the road was now standing up, watching me drive away.
I have one more clip to play for you. It was again read by Matt, and this time leaves a lot to your imagination. What I came up with wasn't pleasant. What do you think?
I was trying to make friends in my new city, so I went to a party a coworker invited me to. I ended up having too much to drink because I was trying to calm my nerves and have fun with strangers. Uber wasn't a thing yet, so I decided I'd just sleep it off in my car and drive home in the morning. I woke up in the dead of the night, and the city's street was so eerie. It had been well populated around bar close when I passed out, but now it was deserted. I could just see by the light of some street lights and the glow of the moon. I wondered for a minute what had woken me up, before I heard a scratching noise on the passenger side rear window. I'll never forget the look on the guy's face who was crouched outside my car, staring at me and trying to get my attention. When he saw me, he grinned and pressed his open mouth against the glass, and then made a chomping motion with his teeth bared and giggled wildly. The worst part was there was nothing I could do.
One thing that has impressed me about this book is the quality of the reads. Both Matt and Terry take turns telling stories, and they really bring them to life. All in all, I highly recommend this collection, and you can have it for free. If that appeals to you, head to audibletrial.com/Ron's Amazing Stories. Here's what Audible has set up for us. They are offering a free audiobook and 30 days to give you the opportunity to check out their service. This also gains you access to the included catalog, which is updated constantly with new titles. So to download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/Ron's Amazing Stories. Thank you, Audible. And now it's time for your stories.
These are your stories, sent by you, for you.
Time slips are a funny thing. We really can't explain them, and they do happen. Sometimes we find ourselves taken to another time and another place. Other times we relive events from the past or experience something from our future. Today's stories all have that common theme. Our first one comes from Sybil Kessler. She didn't say where she was from, but she did title her tale, Dying Twice. Hey Ron, I have a strange one for you. This happened a few years ago and I still have no explanation for it. I was 17 at the time, and we had already had some paranormal experiences in our house, but nothing this crazy. One day, I was enjoying a nice warm bubble bath in the only bathroom in our house. It had a small window that opened to the back porch area, so you could hear every family member that came and go from the outside to the inside. I have 5 siblings and my parents. Editor's note, that's a lot of people for one bathroom. I was just chilling out when I heard footsteps coming up the porch stairs, and my mama said, "Bailey got hit by a car. She was our mini dachshund. Immediately I was worried, so I got out of the tub and got dressed. I go to the kitchen and my mom isn't there, so I go to the living room. She's sitting on the couch and I ask, "Is Bailey okay?" She's like, "Why wouldn't she be?" "I heard you say that she got hit by a car," I replied. My mom looked at me like I was crazy. She told me that she didn't say that and Bailey was fine. Sure enough, he was, but I know what I heard. There was no question. It wasn't a whisper, it was a normal voice, and I swear it was my mom's voice. The next day I was sitting in the kitchen with my little brother. I heard my mom coming up the steps from the outside. She came in and said, "Bailey got hit by a car." We both looked at each other and cried. Later that afternoon we talked about what I had heard the day before. We didn't know what to think, but my dad said it was some sort of time event. To this day, we talk about it along with the other things that have happened in that house. One more thing. Every once in a while, we hear Bailey's distinctive bark in the backyard. There are no other dogs in the neighborhood. Sybil Kessler from Parts Unknown. Well, Sybil, that is a strange story, but not all that uncommon. The definition of a time slip is a plot device in fantasy and science fiction in which a person or a group of people seem to accidentally travel through time by unknown means. But the thing is, there are stories like yours that make me wonder if there is more to it. I've heard so many strange stories that just can't be explained. Like this one, from Rosa Blackburn, who lives, I think, in Utah. She has titled her story, "It's Midnight Already?" I've had plenty of time slips in my life. You know, times where the beginning and end are way further apart than the middle can account for. Like a 10-minute walk taking 4 hours. That sort of thing. I've kept them to myself because, well, I was the only witness, and if we're speculating on something supernatural versus me just being crazy, well, I don't like my odds. However, this one is different. This one has multiple witnesses and the same story. It was New Year's Eve. My husband, 2 kids, 13 and 9, and I were staying in a motel. We'd planned to watch the fireworks from the balcony at midnight because we were in the city center and they would be all around us. But that was hours away. The sun had just set and the sky was a misty purple. I was making dinner, sliders, which at that point were about 20 minutes away from being done. As I was setting up our plates, we started hearing fireworks. I checked my phone for the time and it was a little after 7 p.m. The fireworks kept going off in the distance and the kids were getting excited. They went out to the balcony to look and asked me to come out. I kept assuring them, hey, they're cool, but the real show will be at midnight. I started to wonder after a while, though. The fireworks just kept going, more rapid than I expected for a 7 o'clock in the evening. I went outside and saw bursts of color exploding all over the sky. I marveled at it. If this was 7, what would midnight look like? Then I checked my phone again. It was 12:15 a.m. I couldn't tell you what I did after that. I was confused along with my husband and the kids. But the more we thought about it, the weirder it seemed. We had all witnessed the sun setting literally an hour earlier. I started dinner while it was still light out, and it was just now barely ready to eat. I checked the time again and did the math. It went from 7 to midnight in a few minutes. I don't even have a wrap-up for this. I don't know what to say. I could blame it on my phone, like the clock being off, but that can't explain midnight right after sunset. We're in Utah, not the Arctic Circle. My husband works nights, so he's used to time feeling weird, and he chalked it up to that. My son took it in stride because, well, he's young and time travel is his jam. My daughter and I are the ones still wondering years later what happened. We both wait on events like we could miss it, because we just might. Rosa Blackburn, Utah. Well, Rosa, I thought about this for a long time. The thing I can't get past is sliders at 7 and being edible at midnight. Burgers on the grill for that long would have had some dire consequences for the meat. So if it wasn't a time slip, how good were those mini burgers? The idea of a time slip was first used in the early 19th century. An example being Washington Irving's Rip Van Winkle in 1819. That mechanism of time travel was an extraordinary long sleep. Time slip stories were popularized by the end of the century by Mark Twain's 1889 historical novel, A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, which had considerable influence on later writers. In fact, look at today's stories. How many of them are about time travel? Our last story might be the strangest of them all. Darren Lindquist from Houston, Texas, sent in this story that he has titled, I Saved His Face. When I drove for an ambulance company, we got a call that a dad set fire to the barbecue and had gotten a face full of flame. We acknowledged the time on our log sheet as 1910, 7:10 p.m. It was just twilight. We hit the lights and took off. Now, it felt like we were driving forever. My partner even checked his watch. We pulled up, raced around the back, and the guy was just getting up. His hair was still smoking. Kids were still screaming, and yes, the fire was still burning. My partner grabs him by the neck and face plants him into an ice chest. Not by the book, but pretty quick thinking. Then the paramedics arrived. And it was a good thing, too, because his airway was clogging up fast. We intubated him, got the oxygen going, and headed out to the burn center. The hospital was 8 minutes away. We arrived at 1912, 7:12 p.m. According to the log sheet, just 2 minutes after we received the call. We got him into the treatment room. The man lost some hair, did inhale some flame, gained some scar tissue, but was sent home that night. When we came out, the paramedics were at the desk arguing with dispatch about the times they had been given. I added my times, but I gotta tell you, a whole lot more than 2 minutes had passed. Things just didn't add up. There's no way we should have beaten them there. In the end, the paramedic captain shrugged and said, His guardian angel must have brought you there 15 minutes earlier. And he even wrote that in the report. A few weeks later, the FCC came by to check in with everybody. Their final assessment? They called it an act of God, and we all moved on. Darren Lindquist, Houston, Texas. That is a great story, Darren, and thank you for sharing it. I'm guessing that in the day-to-day events while driving an ambulance, that probably doesn't happen a lot. Albert Einstein's theory of relativity says that time and motion are relative to each other, and nothing can go faster than the speed of light. But does that take into account the paranormal? Probably not. Well, that's it for this time. If you have a story that you want to share, head to the main website at ronsamazingstories.com. Click on the story submission banner, leave your story, give it a title, and yes, please tell me where you're from. I'll read it if I can. Our featured story, once again, comes from the old-time radio series, Lights Out, and of course, Arch Oboler. At this point, there's not much more I can tell you about the man or his show. What I can tell you is that this story is going to seem a bit longer than it really is. Oboler managed to pack a lot into this one. It has suspense, action, creepy ghosts, and even gold fever. It also has some of the best sound effects of the series. It is titled Money, 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 and it first aired on August 5th, 1938.
Lights out, everybody. It is later than you think. This is Arch Oboler bringing you another in our series of stories of the unusual. And once again we caution you, these lights out stories are definitely not for the timid soul. So we tell you calmly and very sincerely, if you frighten easily, turn off your radio now.
2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents, 6 cents, 7 cents, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million.
That's what's wrong with the world today, money.
What are you talking about?
Say, look, Tony, ain't that the pretty boat?
Yeah, the devil with the boat. What do you say about money?
Hey, you said that money was what was wrong with the world. Fellers get a lot of money, and then they want more of it. They get that, and they want more, and pretty soon that's all they think about is money, money, money.
Yeah? What do you think about it?
Money?
So what are you talking about?
You don't understand, Tony.
Hey, you don't understand yourself. All the time you talk. Go away, let me alone.
No, Tony, don't get sore. I was only talking.
Yeah, that's what's wrong. It don't make no sense. Money's what's wrong with the world. You fool, you crazy in the head.
No, by Jiminy, I ain't crazy. I tell you, it ain't right. A man who works hard with his hands and don't think about money all the time can't have what he want to have.
What do you want to have, eh?
A farm, Tony. A little farm.
What do you say?
A little stock farm, someplace good, like Wisconsin or maybe Minnesota. I say something funny, maybe?
A farm, eh? That's funny.
That's not funny. For 13 years I work on the ship and I save my money for farm. I don't like the money. I just want a farm for my wife and my kids. And then...
Yeah, I know. Then in 29, the bank she's go bust and you back where you start. Eh, actually?
Yeah, I tell you, Tony, it ain't right. I work so hard, and my wife and my kids. They wait for me to bring the money to buy the farm so we could all be together.
Oh, shut up. I don't know why a smart guy like me wastes time with a dumb guy like you. Just because I work on the same ship with you don't mean I gotta listen to you shut up your mouth all the time.
But I work so hard.
So what? Here to work to make a man rich, it's the break. Yeah, a break. Oh, I'm the best deep water diver in the whole Pacific. So what? Never get the break, so I'm still eating a ship, a slop, and a walk in the docks.
Yeah, Tony, that's what I say. Someday, when a man works hard...
Oh, shut up. You don't know what you talk about. You gotta get the dough, big dough. You can't get a big dough with work. Someday the break, she's gonna come my way, and then Tony's gonna be a big shot. Tony ain't gonna take nothing from nobody. I'll grab that dough any way I can get it.
No, Tony. Money that ain't honest don't make a feller happy.
You lunkhead. Telling you when I get a chance, I'm going to get that dough if I have to make the devil my brother. I tell you...
All right, sailors, move on. No bumming around the docks.
Yeah, officer, we go.
Fat belly.
What's that you said?
No, officer, he don't say nothing. That is Mr. Tony, officer. He's the best deep-water diver in the whole Pacific.
Yeah? Well, if he said what I think he did, he's going to be doing all his diving in the Cayman for about 30 days.
No, believe me, Officer Tony, he don't mean nothing what he says. He's a good man.
Shut up and get out of here, the both of you.
Come on, Tony.
And tell that big-mouth diver friend of yours to get a job and dive out of town or I'll run him in.
Cut out this heart.
No, Tony, please. Come this way. We don't want no trouble.
Shoving me around. Me, Tony. Best man we ever put on a diving rig.
We go have something to eat,
Shoving me around. Money don't make no difference,
But I didn't say that, Tony. I said that work.
Well, the devil will work. Money, that's what you gotta get. Any other way but get it. Gary and you, they eat out your hand. They kiss your feet.
Come on, Tony, in here. We get a cup of coffee.
That's what they say, dog eat dog. I'm telling you, sweet, me, I'm going to be the big dog and tell them what to do.
Yeah, sure. Come on in, I pay. It's nice and warm.
Dump.
What are you going to have, boys?
2 cups of coffee.
Well, maybe you like soups, I got a nice hot soup.
No, we just want coffee, please.
And get the lead out of your pants.
Okay. 2 coffees.
So all you want to do for is get the farm, Sweat?
Yeah, my wife, she wants...
Who cares about your wife? The farm.
For 13 years, I've worked...
Okay, here you are, boys. Nice coffee. There you are. 10 cents, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, coffee is good when you're cold,
Yeah.
You know, that guy was winning. He don't drink coffee tonight, I bet you,
What guy?
Well, the guy was winning the sweeping stakes. You know, the sailor sweeping stakes. What's the matter? Don't you hear it?
Sweat, so what's this guy blowing about?
Well, I'm telling you. The sailor sweeping stakes. Everybody is buying tickets. $3,000 first prize, you betcha. He's in the papers, he's winning. Yeah, boy, he's a lucky guy.
So who cares? Give me some more coffee.
Okay.
No, wait a minute, mister.
Yeah?
This fella that won, you say his name is in the paper?
Oh, yes, yeah, sure. Here, I got the paper here.
Get my coffee.
No, wait, Tony. I want to hear. Read it, mister.
Okay. He say, a winner, first prize is somebody who give the name of farmer.
Farmer?
That's smart, Swens.
Tony, quick.
Well, he's sick. Hey, that's my paper.
Hey, Tony, come on, quick, come on.
Hey, crazy square hat, wait for me. Wait, you crazy fool. I'll smile you. Where you going?
Tony, listen, it's me.
Me what? What do you say?
Farmer, that's the name I gave the man when I bought the ticket. I'm rich, Tony. I can get the farm.
Yeah. You mean you?
Yeah.
What he says in there, you?
Yeah, Tony, me. I buy sweepstake ticket long time ago. I win. Yeah.
Crazy in the head.
No, I tell you, I win. Look. Farmer, that's me. Tony, me. Oh, my wife, my kids, they'd be so happy.
No, wait. You ain't right.
Huh?
I mean, look, it's a given number here.
Yeah.
Ticket number is 6933. You got that number?
Yeah, I gave name Farmer. I know I did.
How did the ticket? Where's the ticket?
Yeah.
You don't get the money without the ticket.
Yeah, here. I put it in my pocket. No, she's not there. Wait.
Hold your pockets. Put them out. If you lost it, I'm a good.
Well, no, I got it here. I got it, Tony.
Let me see.
No, please. 13 years, I wait.
What's the matter? You ain't going to hold it. I just want to look.
Look. 6, 9, 3, just like I say in the paper. Yeah. Yeah.
You did win.
Yeah, Tony, I win. Me. Oh, my honor. $3,000 and we wait so long.
$3,000.
I quit the sea, Tony. I bought farm. Oh, my honor, my kids and me, we be the happiest people in the whole world.
$3,000.
I buy the best farm in old Minnesota. Come on, Tony, I go get my money.
No, wait.
Huh?
If you don't go now, it's pretty late.
But my money.
But no, I tell you, they be closing now. You better wait till tomorrow.
No, I can't wait. 14 years I wait. I got to get money.
But they're going to be closed, I tell you. Now, come on, now. we go on down dock and see what is the first boat.
Boat?
Sure. So right away tomorrow quick, when you get at the door for the ticket, you can catch a boat to home to the wife and the kids.
Yeah.
That'd be good, eh?
Oh, yeah, Tony, yeah. Oh, my friend, I'm going to be so happy. All my life I've worked so hard. And now, $3,000.
$3,000.
When I give you what you need, Tony, you are my friend. I want you to have something, too.
Yeah, well, come on. Let's get down to the dock.
Yeah, sure, Tony. Anything you say. We go look at the ships in the water. When I get my farm, I won't get to seeing such things again, eh, Tony?
No, of course not.
That policeman, I wish we meet him now, huh, Tony?
Well, what's the matter? Why you want the cop?
I'll show him we ain't no palms anymore. $3,000 this ticket is for. By Jiminy, a man's no palm with $3,000.
No. No, you bet your life he's not.
She looked pretty.
Yeah. She's deep right here.
I don't care how deep the water is as long as I'm on top.
You swim?
No, that's a funny thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
14 years a sailor and I couldn't swim. Well, there's plenty of other fellas like me. And anyway, the man, he don't have to know how to swim to work a farm. Oh, that water, she's so dark and pretty.
Swenson.
Yeah?
Let me look at the ticket.
Ticket?
Here's Swipster.
Oh, you think maybe she ain't good, Tony, huh?
Yeah.
I know she's good. Right away, when I heard that fella say the farmer win, I know that's me. Hey, Tony, there it is. See, it say farmer on it. That's me, see?
Lean over a little bit there. I can't see.
Yeah, sure. You see the numbers? That says 6, 9...
Tony, what? My knife is shot you up good, my Swanson. So you can't swim, eh, Squared? Well, thank you first and last. There. Wait, Swanson. You forgot the sweepstakes ticket. Okay, I collect for you, farmer. $3,000. At last I get a break.
Shut up, you mouth. I ain't afraid of no bus.
Excellent, pal.
Oh, Tony, the best out Sure, I'm a great guy. Got plenty of dough and know how to spend it, huh, boys? All right. You make too much noise. We'll wake up the bride, eh, Tony? Don't you worry about the bride. Tony, it's all right, eh? So now you go home and let me go up the stairs, eh? Maybe tomorrow night we go have some more fun, eh? All right.
Tony's great guy now, eh? Sure, I'm great guy. Everybody knows Tony is great guy. The States.
Tony, is that you?
Somebody waiting for somebody else?
Oh, Tony, I've been waiting for you. Let me help you.
Hey, go ahead. Don't need no help. Not me.
Oh, Tony, night after night.
Go ahead, me. I'm all right. Great guy, that's me.
You're spending all your money on those drunken fools.
Shut up, your mouth.
Oh, careful.
I told you I don't need no help from nobody. Tony, he takes what he wants. Shut the door.
Yeah.
Now come here and give a great guy a kiss.
No, I...
Come here, you come.
No, wait, Tony, listen.
Don't want to listen to nothing.
But, Tony, the man said that...
Man? What man?
The man that was here. He's been here a dozen times since midnight looking for you.
Midnight? Who was he? What did he want?
I don't know. He wanted you. Oh, Tony, I was so afraid.
Afraid? Why was you afraid? Well, answer me. Why was you afraid?
Well, he was so strange. He acted so funny.
What? You mean funny?
Well, he spoke so funny. As if...
As if what?
Well, as if his mouth was full of water.
You tried to make a joke with Tony, eh?
No, Tony, no. I'm not fooling. Really, I'm not. He said that...
Yeah. He say something?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He said, tell him...
Well, what did he say?
Well, I couldn't hardly understand him. He talked so funny. But I think he said, tell him I was here. And then I think he said, the farmer.
The farmer?
Yeah, that's what he... Tony, what's the matter?
What he looks like.
What's the matter, Tony?
What he looks like.
Well, he was tall and he looked like a sailor, and I think his clothes were wet. Oh, Tony, that's him again. That's the way he knocked before.
No.
Tony, what is it? You answer the door. I'm scared, Tony. You answer. You tell him to go away. Tony, don't stand there staring at the door like that. You're scaring me. Don't do it.
You go away. You're dead.
What?
Dead. You hear me? Dead. I killed you 6 months ago today.
Oh, Tony, no.
I throw you in the water 1,000 miles from here. You're dead. Dead.
Tony.
Scare my wife, but you don't scare me. You found me, I kill you again.
No, Tony, don't.
Swanson, go away from the door. Shoot. Connie, I don't want to shoot you. Shoot him through the door. Connie, get up. Connie.
Open up in there now. Open up.
Connie, I don't want to kill you. What's him, Connie? Him.
Open up now. Open up. It's the police.
You, Swanson, you think you got me, eh? You think you got me in a hot seat, eh? No, not me, Swanson, you squarehead. You forget the fire escape.
Stop! Come back here, I'll shoot you. Stop!
Listen, Mike. You gotta help me. You gotta.
Oh, take it easy, Tony. Take it easy.
Every cop in the town, he shot me down like a dog.
Well, you killed one of them. What do you expect?
I killed them all. Nobody can stop me. Nobody. Oh, Mike, you're my friend. You gotta get me out of town.
How much dough you got?
I got nothing.
You lie in your teeth. You won the sweepstakes in Frisco, didn't you?
Sure, but I'm going to tell you, Mike.
No. Listen to me, cop killer. They got every road, every depot, every dock in this town covered. If it's free you want to get, then it's money it's going to cost you. Every cent you got.
You'll get me out?
So far out, there ain't a cop in the world can get you. Listen, at midnight tonight, the SS Provis is pulling out to go down through the canal and then over to the coast of Ireland to go hunting for gold.
Gold? You're crazy.
Watch your tongue, me bucko. Gold, I said, and gold it is. Only they're going under the sea for it.
What?
You heard me. Under the sea. $1 million in gold in the hold of the Tanya, sunk by a sub. And these boys are going there to dive for it.
Dive?
Yeah. And if you decorate the mahogany in front of me with every cent you got in your pocket, you'll be on board that ship.
You hear that, Swenson? You diving for gold. $1 million. And me, I'm going to be on the board. You want to talk to me, Captain?
Yeah, Tony. Sit down.
She's getting pretty rough outside, Captain.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
Yeah, I'm listening.
While you were sleeping before, the rest of the divers had a meeting.
Yeah?
Yeah. They looked over the weather reports, and they decided they ain't going to do no more diving. The white-bellied lot.
Wait a minute, Captain. You mean we're going to turn it back?
Well, what else can I do? 3 months out here in the open sea. And when we finally do locate the wreck, every mother's son of them turns chicken on me.
So what's the matter? You want to talk to me?
Because even if you are a no-good rat, you're the best diver of the lot.
You keep talking.
Tony, listen. Under that buoy off the starboard, there's Titania with $1 million in gold bullion in it.
So?
Go down and get your hooks into it, Tony. And whatever you get, half of it's yours.
You mean half?
Sure. You get half. And I'll split the other half with the crew.
$1 million?
Yeah, Tony, $1 million. And you'll have half of it. You can do it, Tony. You can do it. You know you can.
See, she's getting rough.
But you never get the bends. They tell me you've gone down in rougher water.
Yeah, but I don't want she's cold. Half an hour, I'm finished. In that room with the gold, who knows where she is?
Tony, listen. I know just where that gold is stored.
You trying to fool me, eh?
No, as God is my judge, I'm telling you the truth. Jake located the room on his last dive yesterday. He told me, only me about it.
So?
Don't you see, Tony, it's the chance of a lifetime. I got cold enough for one more day out here. If we turn back, we'll never locate the wreck again the way that sea's running. $500,000 in gold for you, Tony, right under your feet. Don't be a fool, man. Take a chance and go down and try to get it. And if you win, you've got the world right in your hand, Tony. Well, will you do it?
The world. I'll get away from him.
Huh? Him? Who are you talking about?
Who's talking to you? What are you sitting there for? Get me a read. Get the punch going.
Ready, Tony?
Yeah, give me the headset.
Here you are.
What are you standing there for? The helmet. Give me the helmet.
Okay.
Hey, Captain.
Yeah?
What's the matter? I told you to keep the deck clear. Only the men I want. The rest to go below, or I don't die.
All right, Tony. All right, you men. Get below. Every white-bellied one of you. Go on.
Hey, hold up with the helmet. I want to try out the phone. Hello? Well, why don't you answer me?
Okay, Tony. I hear you okay.
Hey, the bounce. Okay, I'm ready. Put the helmet on.
Okay.
Hurry up, you mugs. Hey, get them boats tied. You think I got all day?
All set, Tony.
Okay, put them over the side. Watch that pump. I'll come up and cut your heart out. $500,000. Me. What cold. Down. $500,000.
All right, Tony?
Sure, I'm all right. Let me alone.
Okay.
Down. What a dark. He came to me, Tony. Best diver. 50-50. $500,000. Listen up there. I'm on the bottom. You hear me?
Tony, listen. Captain says hurry up. Squall coming up.
Tell the captain if he take me off before I give a signal, I cut his heart out.
But, Tony...
Shut up and let me alone. Me. $500,000. Captain said gold was inside the door. I bet. $500,000. By the door, the captain said. Me and the captain are 50-50.
What does he say, Art?
He says to leave him alone. He don't want to talk to nobody.
Oh, that no good rat. I was a fool sending him down.
He's on the bottom, all right.
But what's he doing? Has he found the gold? Has he found the strong room? How long is he going to stay down there? Talk to him, Art. Talk to him. Tell him he's got the will.
The captain said it would be right over the Santa Lucia. Gold. A room full of gold. And rich. All the money in the world. Me, Tony, rich. Rich.
Yeah. All the money you want, Tony?
Who's talking? Answer me, who's talking?
What's wrong, Tony? Anything wrong?
You up there. I told you I don't want to talk. So now you don't listen to me. What do you mean, all the money I want? What do you say that for, huh?
I didn't say that, Tony. I've been standing by up here.
Standing by up here? Wait till I get up there, I'll show you standing by. Wait till I get this headset connection with my teeth. I fix you so you don't bother me no more.
No. Wait, Tony. The captain says that...
So, now talk. Now talk all you want, you sow-face. Me, I won't hear you. Me, I'd be alone with my gold.
No, Tony. Not alone.
You up there. You stop talking to me. Stop it.
Don't have, Tony. With you.
Who says that? I broke the connection. Nobody can talk to me. Nobody.
I will talk to you, Tony. I got much to talk to you.
It's in my head. That's what it is. In my head.
Not in your head. Look straight ahead.
Suspense.
You know me, Tony? And me in the water almost a year?
No.
Close to the window in your helmet.
Oh.
You don't like what you see, Tony? My wife, my children, they wouldn't like it either, would they, Tony?
Away. Go away.
No. Don't be in a hurry, Tony. We got plenty time. Plenty. I worked for 13 years. You remember, Tony? 13 years for farm. Now I don't work no more. I used to wait for you. You.
My ear.
You take away my wife, my kids, my life. Now I take the lair, Tony? You stole that lair. Now I take off your helmet and come in with you, Tony, my friend. I come in.
No. Captain, listen.
No. Take him up, quick. Take him up. His air. Is he getting air?
Yeah, sure, plenty. Everything's okay.
Talk to him, Art. Talk to him.
He don't answer, just yelling.
Maury, signal on the lifeline.
He's signaling us, Captain.
What?
Yes, says everything's okay. Wants to be taken up.
But he's yelling, Captain. He's still yelling.
Haul him in, quick. Haul him in.
How about the decompression?
No, there's no time. We'll put him in the tank when we get him up. Something must be wrong. Yelling bloody murder on the phone is signaling okay on the lifeline. Hurry up, you men. Hurry up. Come on. Get him up. Get him up.
Come on.
Quick. Haul him in. Here he comes.
He's not there. It's not him. It's something else on his line.
Captain, look. His airline, it's been chewed through by teeth.
What is it? What's tied to the lifeline where he was?
Well, it's... Mother in heaven. It's a bar of gold.
Very rich. And the storytelling on that one was amazing. We went from murder to ghosts on the high seas in less than 30 minutes. Doesn't get much better than that. I decided to look up some facts on deep-sea diving. In 1602, Spanish military engineer Geronimo Dienez Beaumont developed the first documented diving dress. It was tested that same year in the Pisuerga River in Spain. Early in the 18th century, an Englishman, Andrew Becker, made a leather-covered diving suit with a windowed helmet. The suit used a system of tubes for inhaling and exhaling, and Becker demonstrated his suit in the River Thames at London, during which he remained submerged for more than an hour. However, these suits were limited as to how they could be used because there was still no practical system for replenishing the air supply during the dive. Kind of a problem. The first widely successful diving helmet was created by the brothers Charles and John Dean in the 1820s. It was first called the smoke helmet and was used by firemen. In 1828, they decided to find another application for their device and converted it into a diving helmet. They marketed the helmet with a loosely attached diving suit so that the diver could perform salvage work. In 1829, the Dean brothers sailed from Whitstable for trials of their new underwater apparatus, thereby establishing the diving industry. In 1834, Charles used the diving helmet and suit in a successful attempt on the wreck of the HMS Royal George at Spithead. He recovered 28 of the ship's cannons. How about that?
J-E-L-L. Oh, the big red letters stand for the Jell-O family. Oh, the big red letters stand for the Jell-O family. That's Jell-O, yum, yum, yum. Jell-O pudding, yum, yum, yum. Jell-O tapioca pudding,
Extra good news. The makers of Jell-O have discovered a way to give you rich, luscious chocolate pudding far more easily and far more economically than ever before. With the new Jell-O chocolate pudding powder, you can make old-fashioned pudding, smooth, creamy, and chocolatey, just like the ones Grandmother used to make back in the good old days. Now you can have them again, and this is all you have to do. Just combine the contents of a package of Jell-O chocolate pudding with some milk in the top of your double boiler, letting it cook until it becomes smooth and thick. When the mixture has cooled, serve it in sherbet glasses. You'll have enough for 6 helpings, and that means 6 happy people. Jell-O chocolate pudding is so simple, so inexpensive, and so downright delicious that you mustn't delay trying it. Ask your grocer for Jell-O chocolate pudding, and if he hasn't put it in stock yet, be sure he orders it for you. Remember the name, Jell-O chocolate pudding.
That was episode number 615, and there are more to come. Today, I want to thank Sybil Kessler, Rosa Blackburn, and Darren Lindquist. Your stories were very timely.
Oh, I see what you did there.
If you want to follow the podcast or the blog, head to ronsamazingstories.com. There you will find any of the links I mentioned and how to contact us. Do you want to help the show? The best thing you can do is to tell your friends all about it, and please leave reviews or feedback wherever you listen. Clicking that follow or like button helps us grow. Thank you for listening, and I hope you come again to find out what are Ron's Amazing Stories.
All of the vintage audio used in the podcast is believed to be in the public domain. Ron's Amazing Stories does not own the rights to any of the old-time radio used here. If you hold the rights to any of the shows played, please contact us immediately at ronsamazingstories.com.